Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, I do not use a teleprompter. Sometimes I use notes just for my outline. I'm not going to use notes because I've learned that although you might remember everything you cover, it doesn't deliver quite the same way you'd like it. So we're going to, on our show today, both in the Eric Deters Show and the local news show, I'm just going to comment about and report from memory what happened last night in the elections and hope I cover it well. First and foremost, like many of you, I stayed up all the way through President Trump's speech. I'm up working anyway, and I worked while I watched the results come in. I watched Fox News, and I thought Fox News did an excellent job. I really loved when Sean Hannity got on and gave some insights of what he was hearing from the Trump campaign, which all turned out to be true. I am so relieved. Last night, I felt a little tinge of emotion. I feel even more today that I am someone, like many of you, who genuinely believe America got saved last night or today. I truly believe that. When you look at Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and their cabinet, it is one of the most, in fact, it is the weakest cabinet. He is the worst president. She is the worst vice president. They're not even like serious people. And what they wrought upon this country the last 4 years, as I like to point out to I pointed out to somebody this morning, what's so tragic about this is all the harm that they've caused, this administration has caused this country. They don't have to pay for it personally. They get federal pensions, they get all, it's sickening when you really think about it. You know, we now have to clean up a mess of incredible proportions. Fortunately for this country, President Trump and J.D. Vance will do it because they're problem solvers. And do you know what the best politics is? The best politics, nobody ever talks about this. The best politics is always just doing a great job. It takes care of itself. I predict and I expect President Trump and J.D. Vance to do an incredible job, and that will mean that J.D. Vance will be the 48th president of the United States. And because they won't be able to be challenged by the Republicans, and the Democrats will just flail. Let me tell you some more observations. As you know from watching, the Republicans flipped the Senate. Marino won. Looks like McCormick in Pennsylvania is going to win. Hopefully Tester will win in Montana. And who else? I forget the other one that won. But I want you to know, Justice from West Virginia, Manchin seat. So the fact that they have the Senate, President Trump can move quickly to get his cabinet approved. And remember who's on his transition team. It includes Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. What is the significance of that? They're not going to make the same mistakes, which was understandable because they didn't know anybody. You've heard President Trump say, I didn't know anybody. So they responded to and relied upon McConnell and the Bushites. That was the biggest mistake of Trump's first administration. Jeff Sessions, look what happened there. Christopher Wray, Barr. You go on and on and on. They appointed these people that were disasters. That's not going to happen this time. They are going to have competent loyalists in that administration. And it's going to be a thing of beauty. It's going to be a thing of competence. In addition to that, it looks like they are going to hold on to the House. Now, what does this mean in so many levels? Legislation given. Trump will use that executive order. The other wonderful thing about it all is that you're going to have a situation where Donald Trump is not going to have to worry about countless House and Senate investigations of him like he's had to endure under the Biden administration. And the tables got turned, didn't they, on old Joe Biden? I expect, if you noticed in his speech last night, he didn't reach out that hand. He basically said, hey, I got a great coalition here. We're going to make America great again. He didn't say, oh, I love you, all's forgiven. And you know what? Where there is crimes, there needs to be. Now, he's already said he's going to pardon Hunter Biden, which I think is beautiful. And let's not forget where Joe Biden was last night. First off, Joe Biden wore red yesterday on Election Day. Do you think that was by accident? These are political people. Joe Biden stayed at the White House, wasn't even near Kamala Harris. And what do we have by Kamala Harris? We have in Kamala Harris a complete disrespect to her supporters, just like Hillary Clinton did in 2016. To not have, it just proves that she doesn't have what it takes to be president. Folks, if you're in politics, you're on winning elections, losing elections. There's nothing like the victory party, and there's nothing like the losing party. But if you're the leader, you have to speak to your supporters. When I lost the governor's race, I did it right here in this studio with my friends and supporters around me. You have to do it. For her to not to go do that is just shameful to those that were there at Howard University and those that were watching on TV. And for her not to call Trump and concede, weak. It just shows that these people did not have what it takes. And the meltdown. And it's America got saved last night on so many levels. We're so through with all the woke stuff. Oh, and then the Liz Cheneys and Mitt Romneys and Dick Cheneys and the George Bushes of the world. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What did they weigh? See, Trump did what they could not do. And what Trump endured, remember, I said that I think Trump could be the most amazing American life because he conquered the business world, he conquered the entertainment world, he conquered the political world. I mean, unbelievable, billionaire playboy, the whole shooting match, solid family. Then he is no doubt the greatest political. People used to think Bill Clinton was great and the political comeback and endurance and all he went through. Nothing compared to Trump. And I want you to know that I have great pride and joy that with the exception of 1 week when I was mad at him to endorse Cameron for governor, which was a mistake, I have stayed loyal to Trump since 2015 when he announced all the way up till now. January 6th, I was one of the few people that thought he won the debate against Kamala Harris. I remember Kimberly Guilfoyle appreciating that in the drive from the airport to Patriots Day Freedom Fix. Eric, so thank you for being so positive. So it's just wonderful. And I just want you to know that isn't it wonderful for all of you MAGA folks that each and every one of you and myself, that we all played a small role in this? We all defended him on social media. We all show up at rallies. We all do the Trump trains. All the things that we did, we are all part of this, and it's just absolutely wonderful. And the way I look at it is it's like we've saved the woke liberals from themselves. They know not what they do. So, it's like, I'm not talking about Biden. I'm talking about rank and file. They didn't realize that, I'm sorry, to vote for abortion is not the end all. And Trump handled that issue perfectly, had the exceptions. Let me comment about some more things. The Florida, DeSantis and Trump opposed that putting the abortion into the Constitution. That got defeated in Florida. That was a big deal. Let's talk about, I'm going to talk about the Kentucky local elections here in a minute. But Trump got to appoint 3 Supreme Court justices. I would not be surprised that at the end of the 4 years, they'll want him to, it wouldn't be shock me, Thomas will go, possibly, and Alito. So he has an opportunity to replace 2 Republicans with 2 Republicans. The 3 Dems there, they're not going to go anywhere. But he could protect that majority. Trump has an opportunity to be a most consequential president right under Washington, Lincoln, FDR. Those 3 are completely separate from the pack. but he can fall in there with Ronald Reagan right under that. Now, let me tell you something else. Isn't it wonderful to see all their lies? World leaders are ecstatic this morning for the strength. They acted like world leaders didn't want Trump. Really? Not true. They want the strong Trump. I feel safer already. Do you feel safer? I feel safer already. Nothing that they do, like Trump said last night, we're the common sense party. Before I close, I want to just say this too. I want to thank Latino voters, the black voters, especially you black male voters, 25%. And this coalition, union workers, so many of these traditional Democrat voters who realized that this country was going in the wrong direction for them and our country and had the be brave to step up. And let's not forget the cast of characters that Trump has assembled and compare them to the cast of characters, the evil Soros of the world, the globalists that hate America. Elon Musk, government efficiency. Bobby Kennedy, our safe food. I mean, it's unbelievable. So it is a great day. I'm honored to play a small role in it. I'm excited about it. And I'm sure I'll be commenting more about it in the future. But God bless America. God save America. I have no doubt that divine providence shined upon Donald Trump for all of us.